these episodes called 820, I often, or more times than not, refresh and recall for your consideration and for my own remembrance the importance of the present moment. And also the importance of this present moment, not just this thing out there that I'm pointing towards for you to consider. It's what we do if we come to recognize the value and our attention on this present moment. Meaning, it's hard, maybe difficult for us to accept and then to implement about this razor focus on the present moment. But if you strip away the things you have, the money you have, the money you don't have, the things you don't have, strip all that away. I'm asking you to consider the simplicity and the beauty of this present moment. You don't have yesterday. You don't have tomorrow. You barely have today if you're focused on today. But right now, this present moment, as good, as bad, or as ugly as it may be with me today, this is all we have. Just think about that for a moment. Clear your mind if you can. Defer to your heart. And just for a moment, get a glimpse of what that feels like, what that looks like, what it sounds like. Just this present moment and how glorious it can be. I am the greatest. Of course, you probably heard that before by one of the most famous boxers of all time, Muhammad Ali. He would say that often before and even after his bouts with all those ferocious opponents. I am the greatest. Now, did that or does that now come across as boastful to you? I hope not. I think when he said that, I would see that as respectful and grateful. I see it as him saying that for, and to the God that insisted for him to exist. And with the work and gifts he received to then deliver, to present that talent in the boxing ring, and even outside the boxing ring. No, I didn't see it as boastful. Although back then I said, man, that's a pretty brazen statement to make about yourself, that I am the greatest. But I think, as I see it now, looking back on it, as him giving grace or gratefulness and respect to that God who brought him here, and to the work and to the gift and the talent given to him to work. And also, for me, it reflects the resilience bestowed upon Muhammad Ali. Interestingly, that observation today, I think it applies. No, let me restate that. I'm observing that applies to you and I as well. In the same way, and the intention of the essence and inspiration that you and I have in common. And no difference in and through the many tomes and books and poems and whatever has been stated around that statement about being the greatest. Like what you can find in your Bible, in your Quran, your Torah, in your Buddhist history. Maybe even from those of you out there, from your atheist perspectives. Still, none of us created ourselves to exist here. Well, maybe the atheists may believe otherwise. But let's put that perspective on the side of this discussion. The rest of us can concur on the one creative force and power that permits you and I to share this moment. What do I mean by that? Simply, Very, very simply and essentially, this breath, this air, this heartbeat, the love that insisted for us to be here right now. Now, this is not a new statement or position to assume. I am the greatest. I am God. I am the greatest. I am God, just like you. Not boastful or arrogant or in comparison or competition with the God or the God within you. Those books and writings and from various religions or spiritual texts have all bastardized this perspective as wrong or impossible beyond those prophets that came before you and I. Before the remixed rewrites and abbreviations and distortions of the original language and intent. You and I, we already had the guidelines and the principles installed within us before birth, and then organically and originally after birth. But we lost the code and the pathway forward. I cannot say that I have the said key or code or way forward for you. I only have my limited experiences and examples of resilience for your consideration and maybe for your reference. And hopefully my restatement or citing of my military, corporate, personal relationships and experiences can be served as just maybe low-level data points or reference points for you as you craft out and navigate your own journey. So these previous episodes or the book itself can only serve as maybe hopefully nutritional and value consumption by you on your journey. And not for sidebar entertainment on your journey. I only provide a humble view into what I continue to learn and to struggle with each day. Each day that I get to deliver my best to my Creator and to myself. I am just one single, humble, yet confident voice and message and purpose for you to consider as you develop and express your own. With the caveat, structure, and proposition. However, and whatever you choose to define, express, and deliver to yourself and to your Creator, that you produce and share your unique thing with others outside of you with the integrity, with the intention to connect and not to separate or distract or distance yourself from each other. I hope that's not too much to ask. Not for you to do, just for you to consider. Until then, pay attention, stay present, stay current. Remember, it is always 8:20.